Hey, it's Ryan, and today I'm going to show you three kind of easy ways that you could include analytics on your WordPress site. I use a self-hosted WordPress site, so your mileage may vary with the WordPress hosted WordPress site. But we'll go through the steps anyway. You can check them out on your version and see what lines up for you. Okay, so first thing, this is my analytics account for my ryan.ca website. It's not enabled right now, as you can see, even though I am visiting the site, and on the home page it indicates 0 visitors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to analytics, and once you have your domain set up, if you go to admin and then make sure that the property is set to the correct domain, because you can have multiple domains in this account, I think up to 50 of them, and click on JS tracking info and then choose tracking code. And what that does is it brings you, basically it shows you your Google Analytics tracking ID and then gives you a script that you can copy and paste into your website directly, or instructions on how to use an include file with PHP, which is something probably that would be done for WordPress within a theme, if your theme includes Google Analytics area or an area that you can post code into, or if you were creating a plugin using your Google Analytics, you can create your own plugin and install it using this method into your WordPress installation. And also they make mention here of Google Tag Manager, and I will actually do another video tutorial in the future just to show you something you can do with Google Tag Manager. It's got some really cool click event stuff, but for right now all we're doing is installing it into our WordPress installation. So what I'm going to get you to do is just highlight your code, copy it, and then go to your WordPress admin area. If you have a theme that supports inserting code, and I'm going to go to Appearance, and then I'm going to go to Theme Options. And in my particular theme, there's something here called the option tree, which is kind of an add-on into the theme, but I actually have places in my theme where I can insert tracking JavaScript code. So it's built into the theme. I have a paid theme. Not everyone does, but there's a possibility that this could be included in a free theme as well. So I'm just going to right-click and then choose Paste, and I'm going to press Save Changes. And I'm just going to pick my latest blog post and take a look at my analytics page. So if I go back to reporting and I click on real-time overview, and I hit refresh here, in my analytics it's now recording that I can see one user on my website. So hopefully that's me. I can see that it's in that page, so I know that almost automatically my analytics are working. Likewise, if I went back and selected a different page, look at my analytics, I'm going to refresh the page, and the active page has changed to my other blog post. So we know for sure that that's me that we're seeing. I'm going to go back into theme options, and I'm just going to cut this out for now. Save changes, and that'll disable the Google Analytics tracking on my site temporarily. And the next way we're going to go is we're going to go to plugins. And there's kind of a trick here, but if I go, because I don't know how to get to it otherwise, but if I search for, under Search Install Plugins, Google Analytics, it's going to search through my installed plugins, and I don't have one installed. But what happens is when you can't find what you're looking for, you get this thing that says search for plugins in the WordPress plugin directory. And here, it transferred my keywords, Google Analytics, and it just brought up a bunch of different analytics plugins. Now, this one's got 38 reviews and 4 stars, so I think it'll do what I want. It enables Google Analytics in all pages. This one over here does this, adding the Google tracking code to your website. This one only has 11, but it is 5 stars, and it is compatible with my current version. It's been updated recently, so I'm going to go with this one. And I press the install now, and installing the plugin, so it's been successfully installed. I'm going to activate it. Okay, so now I've got my new Google Analytics plugin for WordPress. I'm just going to go to the settings, and it's asking me for my Google Analytics ID. So if I go back to my analytics, go to admin, JS tracking info, tracking code, I can grab my code from here and I can paste it into this field. Check this if you want to disable tracking, so it's got an option in there where I can just turn it off if I want, and exclude users from the tracking, administrator, author, editor, subscriber. I probably would enable this later to get true analytics, but I'm going to uncheck administrator for right now because I still want it to record my settings. So I'm going to press Save Settings. And now, if I go back to my web page, oh no, sorry, visit site, and I'm going to pick my VR. And I'm going to go back to reporting, click on real-time overview, and again we've got it recognizing me as the one user on my website, and I'm obviously on the wading into virtual reality. So that's the second way we can install that. So I'm going to check this box just to save these settings, so that I've actually disabled the tracking, and I'm going to show you the third way that you can insert into your website if you, for whatever reason, can't install a plugin and don't have that option in your theme. So what you're going to do is we're going to go back to Appearance, and then down at the bottom here there's Editor. And if I go back to admin, and again to that JS tracking code. And I'm going to select select and copy that text again. And this time, in the Appearance Editor, you can see the PHP templates for all the different parts of your website. So we're looking for one near the top here called Theme Footer. I'm going to click it. It's going to update this area here. It's just basically like a text editor. Down at the bottom, you can see this WP Footer. I'm just going to press Return after that a couple times. And then I'm going to press Control V, and I'm going to paste in my script. I'm going to update the file. So that saves the changes. You can see them in there. And then I'm going to go back on my website, and I'm going to pick my fashion illustration post. And I'm going to go back to reporting under real-time overview, and I can see that it's recorded me as a single user on my sketching and inking tutorial. So there you can see there was 3 ways that I could get the tracking into WordPress fairly easily. One thing I will note about this last method is that if this page here is actually part of the theme, your current theme that you're editing. So if you switch themes, you'll have to redo this process. If the theme updates, chances are it'll overwrite this file. It's possible. So if the theme update overwrites this file, you'll have to redo it. So this is not the most reliable way to do it. I would definitely recommend getting a plugin if you can, if your theme doesn't already have the options to add code to it by default, because that is certainly handy for me, in my personal opinion, without having to maintain another plugin. But plugins after that is the next best choice, and kind of as a last effort, if for whatever reason all else fails, you can save them into the theme footer. So that's it. Thanks for watching with me today. This is Ryan. You can visit me at my blog, ryan.ca. If you found this video informative, feel free to give it a thumbs up on YouTube and leave a comment with me if you have any comments or questions. And feel free to share this post with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. And thank you very much, and have a great day.